Hello, hello.
We're live
Yeah, we're live.
all the time.
We're live now.
Alright.
Hey guys.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Okay, I'm just gonna check, make sure that you can hear us well. Our beautiful cat is right here with us. And dun, 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 dun. I mean, if you catch live, just let us know that you can hear us.
How can we see you guys
Yeah, this is so weird. Usually I go live with my computer or I mean with my iPhone or iPad, but now I'm on a computer and it's just different. Dun, dun, dun. Let me just check. I think it. Yeah. Okay, it works. Okay, so that's it. So,
Perfect.
hey.
Hello, what's up?
Hello. How are you guys doing? Um. Well, we've attended UPW
Yes, we did.
previous previous weekend now. Yeah, it
Yes,
wasn't this weekend, but
yes.
previous weekend. And I received so many questions. This was my third UPW, and at this point I was like, okay, I think it's time for a Q&A, and we actually did one for my Slovenian audience, and just the feedback was just amazing and incredible. So here we are, you guys.
Okay, let's begin.
Let's begin. So I got a few questions. Like I said, this was my third UPW, but it was actually the first time I went virtual, as you know, with all the COVID fiasco and everything.
Mhm.
This was like illegal since I think, yeah, like 1 year ago. It must have been just
Illegal
one
what?
year, like to have events at this size. Because
Okay,
like in
yeah.
person, guys, it was like between 10 to 12, 15,000 people, something like that. I went to California both times. The first time I went to San Jose. The second time I went to LA. I was even a oh, it's
It's
the
flipped.
other, yeah, it's
You
flipped.
get it, you get it.
You get it, guys. So I was crewing, and I also got a bunch of questions about crewing. How the heck do you do that? So I'm gonna be answering those as well.
Mhm.
And those of you who are joining us, again, whether you're joining us live or catching a replay, just send us some love. And if there's still gonna be any questions left, you know, ask them. We'd be happy to answer them.
Yes.
So,
So yeah, you mentioned only 15,000 people
yeah.
on live events, and now there was, I
Like
think,
officially registered, they said it was 30,000 people,
a
but
bit.
like when they counted everyone, because at home like there were like the whole
You could bring
families.
your family members,
Exactly,
and
and it I think they said it was 72,000 people,
which is a
which is
lot.
freaking insane, and
Yeah.
I love it. I love it, and well, at first I want to say because like probably a few people know me, but like who the heck are you,
Uh,
and why are you here?
well, that's a good question, Tina. So my name is Luca. I'm her boyfriend. This was my first UPW. Tina was, well, I'm not gonna say begging me, but she was dragging me to the UPW event for I don't know how long now, couple
Ever
of
since I
years.
went the first time. So my first
Yes.
one was 2018, the second 2019.
So that's
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
I finally went and it was amazing, guys. It was amazing. So yeah, I knew about Tony before, but I've listened to him before on YouTube and stuff, so I knew what he was talking about, kind of. But this is a completely different experience.
This is a whole new thing.
Yes, yes, completely different experience. And for those of you who are contemplating if you should go or not, go. It's totally, completely worth it. Especially now because you don't have to fly anywhere. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's amazing. I love to travel as well, but sometimes the money then piles up and you have to
Yeah,
pay
yeah,
more
yeah, yeah.
for accommodation and all of those things. But here you can just be at home.
Yeah, I mean, like the only thing I saw a lot of people actually complaining was the time difference, because
Yeah.
this was New York time, which means for us we're based like it's Paris time, which means there's 6 hour difference, which means we started at around 4 p.m. and we finished between 4 and 6 a.m.
Mm.
So it was kind of like just a really long party.
But I don't know why people complain about that, because you know beforehand
Yeah,
when it's
yeah,
gonna
yeah. You
happen.
knew
So
everything.
and
Yeah,
there is multiple UPW events through the year, so we can just go to the one that's the most
yeah.
convenient for you.
Like for instance, in June there's one coming that's actually on UK time,
Right.
which means for everyone based in Europe, this is gonna be much more
Mm.
convenient. Let's put it that way,
Yeah.
because it still is like you don't have to jump and scream and, and dance in the middle of the night. We still did it. Like I don't regret anything.
Luckily, we had a
Um,
place that we could do that
yeah,
at, but some of you may not. So
yeah,
yeah.
I get that. I do get that. Yeah, one thing I also want to get clear, because I actually see a lot of comments like this. Oh yeah, you're affiliated or things like this, and it's like, no, guys, I don't get anything out of this. I just love sharing what really helped me, what transformed me, what really, honestly, 3 years ago I went. Even before that, I was like, for 3 years, oh my god, I need to get my ass to UPW and to Tony Robbins. I actually just remembered that when we were still living in London, we went to that free event, which was like a
Yeah.
promo for
Yeah.
UPW, and even then we wanted to go, and that was in 2015 or something like this.
Something like this. Yeah.
So, even like just years before that, we both kind of wanted to go, and
So
um,
funnily enough, I was ready then, but
but not
then it
in
took like
3 years later.
forever to go to
But it's
this.
just like we're all different, and like
I
if
guess.
this resonates with you, that's great. If you feel like hell no, I don't want to go, obviously you got your answer. Maybe you're just not ready yet.
Mm.
I still personally, I believe everyone could use some or a lot of Tony in their
Yes.
life.
Yes.
It's just because especially now it's like let's be honest, these are not the most happy, joyous, interesting times. I mean, we can of course choose them to be so, but it's just so different, and it's so easy to
Mm.
focus on everything that's going wrong,
Yeah.
and all the pain, all the suffering, all the injustices, all the bullshit, all fill in the blank.
Mm.
You get a picture. But with this, and also one of the reasons why I went again is, I was like, okay, like I feel like I'm sleeping again. I'm in my head too much. Like I can't get out. I need something to just kind of like, rip me open, rip me apart, build me back up. And I was like, I need Tony. I need me some Tony. um, so that was it for me.
Yeah.
And I also like want to ask you, because I know there must be some people out there who are like, I'm not ready, but like I kind of want to go. But do you have like any regrets in terms of, because I know you mentioned like you kind of had some resistance. You're like, I'm not sure if I want to go. I'm scared or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like, how is it now after the event?
Well, I was lucky enough to have you, so you dragged me to this event, practically. But it was great. It really was amazing. Like I said, I did not. I mean, I did go to the event with some expectations already, but this was something completely different. When you are in it for 4 days, yeah, 4 days,
Yeah.
for what, 12 to
12 to
15,
15
16
hours.
hours, yeah.
And it's like total immersion, you guys. And
It's so, I can't even describe it, but it just transforms you on a completely different level.
on a level
Then
you usually didn't even know you had. Honestly,
exactly,
that's the point.
exactly.
And that's why I love going over and over again. And this is
Mm,
one of the most common questions I get. Like, why do you go so, like, why do you keep on going? Like, aren't you, fit now
mm,
forever? And isn't, doesn't it do the trick to go once? And I'm gonna give you a beautiful metaphor, which is, do you go to the gym for like 6 months, get a six pack, and then expect to keep that six pack for life? When you keep drinking
y-
sodas and hamburgers and pizzas and all the other, foodies. Well, yeah, of course. No, guys, of course not. This is just like, training a muscle. And that's the thing with personal development. Like, it doesn't have to be super intense for everyone. Like, I kind of choose it to be because this is the way I live my life. And, I honestly wouldn't be a coach because, I mean, at least in my personal opinion, I don't believe like as a coach you get, oh, I attended one event, now I'm a coach and I'm set for life. Like, at
No,
least for this profession, I don't see it happening,
I don't think it's for any profession. I mean,
Yeah,
you
grows to a certain extent.
if you wanna continue to grow, you just gotta keep on doing these things. I mean, it can be different events, obviously, or you can
Yeah, yeah,
listen to different people and read different books, just to keep feeding your mind with this stuff that's keeping you
yeah,
going and
yeah.
growing.
Because now, for instance, like you always have a choice. What are you gonna feed your mind with?
Yeah,
And you can feed it with news, with the fear you pick up from everyone, which is obviously normal in this surrounding, in this
and the
crisis we're at.
easiest.
Yeah, it's the easiest. We're so used to it. It's so
And
simple.
it's everywhere.
Or you can be like, okay, or I can choose to do something different.
Yeah.
Or I can choose what kind of thoughts, emotions, etc. I'm gonna feed myself with. And that's why I honestly keep on going, because I keep on growing and they always add something to it. For instance, like every time I go, it was something different. They usually add more value. Like, for instance, this one virtually, it was a few people who were like in business and it was just so freaking good. And I was like, I never heard that person speak before. It was incredible. They inspired the shit out of me. And so you kind of always get this kind of new fresh value. um I
Yeah,
don't know.
and plus, I mean, there was loads of different speakers as well that were teaching us. I don't know about posture, for example.
Yeah,
It was Brian Bradley.
yeah, yeah, the skill.
Um,
Yeah, yeah.
and there was like
Then we had Kinergy.
we had Kinergy, right?
it's the
Super
whole
amazing.
it's the whole psychology of why, and Tony explains it really beautifully, like why is it so important to keep yourself in state, why, and he explains why, nothing is by chance or by coincidence, in terms of like how much do we move, how often do we move, how do we move, and just everything has a purpose behind it, you know
Yeah.
and I love that. Even his swearing has a purpose, guys.
Yes, it does.
If you don't know yet, go watch his documentary on Netflix. I'm Not Your Guru. He explains it really well over there. Because I know some people get really triggered. Oh, but he's swearing so bad. Go check it out. This is not because he just loves to swear like everywhere he goes, or he's a really pissed off guy. So go check it out, if you haven't yet. And that, I think that would be a beautiful resource for people to start with if
Yeah,
they don't know Tony, right?
yeah, I agree,
Like,
definitely.
this way you see, oh, what is this really about? I mean, obviously they just give you like a tiny glimpse, because
It's
the event,
6 days.
that's another event. So we went to UPW, which stands for Unleash the Power Within, which is 4 days, and that event is Date with Destiny. I think 6 or 7 days now.
Packed into what, 2 hours in the documentary?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm not even sure if it's 2 hours, but yeah. So you get a picture. Obviously, they can't really capture everything,
yeah.
but I think they did bring the essence really beautifully. Um, so so yeah. So I think we already answered a few questions. I have them here. There's something you want to talk about? Just go ahead. Go for any questions.
Yeah, just like I was saying before, loads of different speakers, business owners that went through a lot that maybe some of you could use some help with, because they have amazing
It's important.
advice. Um, what was the guy's name? Nick. I will not remember his last name because
S.
S
That's all I got. It's
something
a
started with
really
S.
really long last name.
Um,
But I think I have him on IG. Well, wait, I'm gonna find him. I am gonna find him because he was amazing.
he really was
He
inspiring,
was amazing.
so inspiring and amazing.
Nick Santonesteso. I probably pronounced it like completely wrong,
Butchered the
completely
name,
butchered it.
but that's him. Yeah. Um,
Okay.
go check him
Yeah,
out
go
because
check him out. Like,
he's
seriously,
super amazing.
OMG, he's amazing. So you see, like, it's people like this, like he wasn't there live. And they really aim to bring, to give you like the most value possible ever, especially for this amount. And yeah, I do want to bring price point to this, like in this conversation we have. um when I went, I think I paid like almost double the price, or maybe it was double. And now we pay for around like 350 for one ticket with two boxes, which means in a box you receive, I'm gonna show you later, the props. um so yeah, that was 350 in euros.
Which is nothing.
Yeah, which is nothing compared to it. I think I paid around 500 euros, maybe more. And then you have to add in the plane ticket, and the hotel, and just everything. And I actually turned it into a beautiful holiday for me, because I was like, well, if I'm going to California, I might as well stay for a week or two or three. So that's what I did. So yeah, that's in terms of price. For the next event, I think in June, we checked it, it was 333. I don't know, it's something in
It doesn't matter.
it's a good deal.
They have the prices on the
Yeah,
on
I
the
don't know.
sites
I don't know
and
about
stuff.
that.
It's
And then
it's
they
still
change
very
it.
low, and you
Yeah,
don't have
yeah.
to pay for travel and anything.
Exactly. So that's really that's a big one. And again, then another question I received that I just saw is, what's the difference between virtual versus live, like in person experience, and which one would I pick? Honestly, I think both of them, like, you can compare them, but it's not really the same. It's not the same comparing a concert to, sitting down at your sofa watching, a replay of a concert. It's not going to be
Right.
quite the same, right?
Yeah.
I mean, here you're still immersed because you have your camera on, and if you're sitting
gotta
down
do
on your
stuff.
ass, Joseph or Tony goes, "Hey, I see you.
Stand
Get
up.
up, stand up from." What did he say? Joseph said, "Stop stuffing your face. Come on." Like, it's really awesome. Like, they call on you. Um, so yeah, I would still say, personally, I loved the live experience because I just love being with people. But given obviously current situation, this is still way better than absolutely nothing.
Yes.
This is, and especially this time, like I mentioned in the beginning, these are interesting times, these are for most of us difficult times. And I'm so glad he actually decided and did something like this, created this online virtual experience to be immersed, and just to radically shift something in yourself, in your life, rather than just react on the circumstances most of us can't even control. And yet we're just worried and anxious and depressed and pissy and frustrated and angry about them every single fucking day. So I would say I definitely didn't miss firewalking, of course. Like, this was, oh my god, so good.
I would love to try that, actually. Yeah.
See, now you wish you went in
Yeah,
2018.
I do. I really do. But there's gonna be
There's
one.
always a purpose. Like, everything happens for a reason, and I know it was meant to happen like in this way. So instead of firewalking, we got this board, which you break with your freaking hand on the first day, because the first day is the breakthrough day. Like, legit wood. Okay, this was really awesome, right?
Yes.
This was really awesome. So, like, this is one of the props that I mentioned. Sorry, you receive in a box. We also got this, like heart. Yes. This is for when we do meditations.
Yeah.
And of course, the notebook where you put all of your stuff. And like, this is a great tool, and I actually went through it, and I'm gonna go again and write out all the stuff that kind of resonates with me the most.
There is so much content that they give you. You don't stop writing unless you, of course, you gotta stand up and
Do
jump
the jumping,
and,
yeah.
But yeah, there is loads of content from everyone. You just keep on writing and hope that you don't miss anything, because everything they say and do is so freaking amazing.
Yeah, and I think one of the amazing things is that obviously you can do in an in-person experience is that, you know, we get to see everyone at home
Mm.
and their families and their, you know, animals, just like you saw our cat before,
Yeah.
their dogs kind of jumping, dancing with them, you know.
And also like all
uh
the different people and
yeah,
different age and all of
like
that.
another question I get is like, how do you know, how do you have that energy, or you know, how old can you be to
Mm.
attend this? Guys, just today I saw a post of a woman that said she's gonna be 80 in a few days and she attended this UPW, and I know there were so many people between ages 60 and 80. So you're not, you can't be too young, you can't be too old.
Yeah.
Like, and she even said, I think she even mentioned that she thought she was gonna use the walker for the rest of her life, and now, what, 1 week, 10 days after UPW, she's like, I don't need the walker anymore. And I'm like,
Wow, that's
what the
amazing.
hell? Like,
That's awesome.
yeah, it's just mind blowing, mind boggling to me,
Yeah, yeah.
you know. Um, so this is powerful stuff, you guys. Like, you have no idea, kind of like, you know, some of the questions we also got were like, what were we expecting, you know, did we get out of it what we expected? And I really thought about it, and I was like, you know, because this is my third time, I was honestly not really expecting anything
Hmm.
other than for it to be amazing. And you know, I had an idea, but what I got out was completely different than what I actually anticipated. So I don't know how it was for you.
Um, well, like I said before, I did have some expectations because, I've heard of Tony, heard him talk, but you never mentioned what happens on day three. So that was like, okay, first day is great because you get, Tony and he's get,
And you break the
and
board
you
and you're
break the
like,
board,
ah!
and it's like the first day, you're super, super excited. Um, and then obviously second day, Joseph comes up and he's hilarious.
He's so
Cracks me,
fucking hilarious.
he cracked me up all the time, like
He is
amazing.
amazing. We love him. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
And then on the third day, that's where it really hits you.
Shit
It's
hits the
like,
fan
yeah,
in the
it
best possible
it
way.
hits you like a ton of bricks. You have no idea what's coming.
And this is not
Um,
to scare you guys.
no, no,
Please,
it.
this is not to scare
I
you.
I
This is to
love this.
excite you.
I love this. Like I said in our previous interview, this alone would be the thing that I
Yeah.
would pay this money for.
This alone is worth a
Yeah,
couple of thousands of euros.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but obviously they gotta prepare you for this.
Yeah, and that's why it's
Um,
on day three and not on
yeah,
day one. And
yeah,
that's why it's so crucial you attend as much of it as possible. I know some people were like, oh, but I fell asleep, I was too tired. And I get that, you know. I think I even napped on the first day too, like around like 3 or 4 a.m. I was like, you know, like a fly who drank too much wine.
but in the end, you
Um,
still got up, and
yeah, I still got up. I still got up because I knew that's just the thing. When you think you can't do it anymore, you
yeah,
just kind of find the strength
you
somewhere.
you see and hear other people doing it, and you're just like,
And you
okay,
just
I
like,
gotta, I
it just
gotta get
pulls
up.
you in. And what's really funny, guys, because they, like I said, everything is for a purpose. You don't
Mm.
just move your ass, you know,
Just
for nothing
because,
just
yeah.
because they said so. Everything is to kind of really program your nervous system.
Mm.
And what really happens by day 3 or 4 is they put on the music, and I'm like, whoa, I cannot not dance. Like, it
Yeah.
feels physically impossible, even though I'm all, you know, we were all like achy and
Sore
and sore,
muscles
yeah, sore muscles
everywhere.
everywhere. So yeah, that was like really really fun.
Yeah. But yeah, day three is the mind blowing, completely mind blowing day.
Yeah, day 3 is amazing. Okay, let me just check the questions. I know um I wanted to do, so I did this. Oh yeah, I also got like, can you buy one ticket and then more people go? I mean, it was like this. Now I'm not sure how it's gonna be for the UK event.
Mm-hmm.
This you have to check with the team,
Yeah.
because usually it's by Success Resources, and I don't know how they do stuff, honestly. So just check that out. How did you do it? We mentioned. Who is this for and when? Everyone.
The
Everyone and
sooner you go,
and
the
anyone.
better.
Yeah.
If you want to give yourself a gift, do this for yourself.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it's
The sooner the better. You can't mess this up.
I know some people were like asking me like, "Oh, but what is the best book that I can start with?" I mean, yeah, Tony has incredible books, but guys, this is a whole new freaking level.
Yeah.
Like it's even sometimes hard to describe like in words, but
Because you can't know
until
if
you're
you.
there.
Yes, exactly. Until you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like I know that in the beginning, before it started, the guys, I was a bit nervous. Oh, that's one thing I wanted to mention. That's I think very important. I've had several health issues, challenges, however you want to call them, ever since 21 started,
Mm.
and I was a bit concerned, and I was like, how am I gonna pull it off? I know UPW is so freaking intense, and I know there's so many people of you, and I think especially us dealing with chronic or acute or autoimmune diseases, or all of this, like really struggle, and we could really use it the most because we're like completely in our heads. You have pain almost every day, and it just feels impossible to move,
Mm.
right? So when we started, I was actually in pain, and I just made a promise to myself, I'm just gonna do the best that I can with what I have right now. And if that means at certain points I'm not gonna be able to dance, then that's it.
You just do the
Right.
best, and you
Yeah,
did.
and I did. And what actually happened was that, for the most part, all of the pain went away, and
You
I
did
danced
more
like
than.
crazy. I did way, way
Yeah.
more than what I actually anticipated. So that's just the thing. And I remember even you mentioned, like, it was just like a few days before the event, and you said, if you feel so unwell, maybe we should postpone it. Maybe we should
Yeah.
go to the June one,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, this is exactly why I need this event the most right now that I'm
I
in
didn't
pain.
know. I didn't know. I
You,
didn't know.
you know now. But I'm just saying it like, because I knew, I was like, I know I am capable of so much more than I believe I am, than I give the credit to me. And I just decided, I was like, I am doing the best that I freaking can with what I have. And that's what I did. And again, what ended up happening was me kind of breaking through that, most of that pain, the
Mm.
vast majority of it, and just doing way, way more, like so much movement I haven't done in probably the past 6 months.
You did Kinergy. You
I
jumped. You
jumped,
did everything. Yeah.
and I have to say this, before we started, my ankle was a bit swollen and my knee hurt. By the time it was over, and P.S. Yes, I was jumping and I was dancing. And by the day four, I was like, my ankle and knee no longer hurt. What? So, you might really surprise yourself. I'm not saying like this, I'm saying this with a huge disclaimer. Obviously, you know your body, you know what to do. But
Do the best you can. That's it.
exactly, because, there are people who are like in a wheelchair, but they still do the best. They can still dance.
Mm.
You always do the best that you can. And what's going to end up happening is you're going to do much more than you think you're physically capable of, mentally, emotionally, like in every freaking aspect. And that's why I love this event. That's why I'm making a video right now. That's why I also invited my man here, so he shares his experience. You're not going to be just like, oh, Tina, you're all hyped up, what the hell do you know? I'm not on the same level as
Mm.
you are. And this is not, that after the event you're never ever gonna feel angry or sad or disappointed or scared, but you're gonna have the resources to shift
Tools.
this much, much faster than before. Or maybe, now you're just stuck there in fear, panic, anxiety, whatever you want to call it,
Mm.
and you don't even know there's a way out. And we're here to tell you there is definitely a way out.
Mm.
And you,
I mean,
yeah,
Tony has so much. Obviously, Tony and all the others.
yeah,
They have so much knowledge about human psychology and everything. So they give you all of these tools you can use every day, so you don't get stuck. You don't just stagnate or go backwards in your life, even. Um,
exactly.
but you can make constant progress, and I mean, I use it, you use it every day
Yeah,
now,
every day.
and I feel so much better. I really do. Even I mean, even our diet is getting better because of it.
Yeah.
Not that it was bad before,
No, it
but
wasn't bad.
but it right now it's even getting much better. So yeah, just fucking
Just, you
go.
know, the song that then, you know, you have on repeat, life will legit never be the same again.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, but again, I also want to like break through one stereotype like really quick,
Mm.
before we move on to the next question, and that's oh, you know, it's awesome, Tony motivates you, and then you're all
Oh
hyped
God.
up and you're
Oh.
good for like a few months, and then you break down because he didn't do his job good, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
he didn't fix you.
no. No, 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 no. um no. No, it doesn't work like that. Of course, like this energy is amazing, but it is up to us
To shake that ass.
to shake that ass. We also learn why the hell is it
Yeah.
important to shake the ass and the psychology of shaking the ass.
Mm.
And it's not, it has nothing to do like sexually in any way possible. It's just pure psychology, guys. Attitude, as Joseph
Yeah.
invented it.
He coined the name.
Yeah. So yeah, the point is that, you know, you have the tools to keep on this momentum,
Mm.
you know, which is, oh, you know, if you want to call it hype, whatever you want to call it. And I know we even got a question like in my audience, like, oh, how long does this hype last? Like, oh no, you're missing the point.
It
That's not
doesn't.
why you go because you don't want to get hyped up, guys. Like, you know, oh, Tony motivated me, you know, because that's gonna wear off, you guys, because life fucking happens.
Mm.
Something in your family, something in your environment, something with your neighbors, something with the family member, whatever, you know, life happens.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
government, new restrictions, whatever. And then you're like, oh, you know, he did a crappy job, like I'm pissed off again, you
Mm.
know. No, it's you and it's me. You know, it starts with me, it ends with me.
Mm.
And it's up to us to create the shift and the momentum and to actually keep that momentum going and rolling. No one can do that for you. Even like I love talking about this, even for like with one-on-one that I do, you know,
Mm.
money results coaching and health coaching that I do. You know, you can pay all the money that you've got, you can pay 100K, but like if you don't do the work, I don't do the work for you.
Mm.
Like I can't possibly do that, and I would honestly be doing you a massive disservice if I were to do that. You know, and that just you deserve more, you deserve the best, and we need these tools because this is all within us. And I think this is one of the biggest realizations with UPW is that, you know, this is not something outside of us that then, you know, you need
That's
like a magic potion or something
yeah.
to get your hands on. This is something you have inside of you. You just need to kind of like reawaken it and
Mm.
remember it every single freaking day.
Yes.
And that's it, that's what we are doing now every day. You know, yes, some days are still gonna be tough. You know, we're human, we're supposed to have all sorts of emotions on every
Mm.
possible freaking spectrum, but it is up to us whether we're gonna shift this or, you know, say, oh, poor me, or, you know, whatever. And
Right.
I've been there, like,
Yeah, because the
just want
problem
to say
is
that.
because most of us stay in shitty emotions all the time, right? And here they give you the tools how to, you know, you can
Snap.
exactly how to snap, how to focus on the things that you can be actually grateful for that you already have in your life, that you can have in your life, or you are working towards. So yeah.
Yeah, so I think this is one of the really, I really wanted to cover this because I know this stereotype is oftentimes like, especially like on YouTube, you can find a lot of clips by Tony, and it's
Mm.
always gonna be something like Tony motivates you or something like this. And that's great, guys, but this is not what this event is for. Yes, sure, it's definitely gonna inspire you, don't get me wrong. I have like new set of priorities, goals, you know, have kind of like, I feel like I've awoken or something, like I'm
Mm.
really woke now. And I even remember in the beginning because he kept asking, so that was, guys, that was like an hour or half an hour before the event started. He was like, what did you get me into? What did you get me into, Tina? And I was like, you have no idea.
And I was like, yeah, but I do. I know.
Yeah,
Tony.
I
I've
know,
listened to
Tony,
him.
I'm
I
good. Yeah,
got
I
it.
know, motivating.
I
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah. And you did. I mean, it was awesome.
I didn't got it. I
You
mean, I
did.
get it now.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
And I think I kept explaining to you, like, the best way I could explain it to you is that your soul awakens.
yes.
And I know it feels weird, or like,
Woo
what the
woo.
hell does that even mean? But you don't know until you really go there. Would you say that's it? Like, that it feels like one part of you, I would say, that was either asleep for a very long time, or you didn't even know you had it.
Yeah,
And you
they.
just feel so alive. You're like, oh my God, this is possible. Like, this is me.
Mm,
And I think this was
the whole energy just wakes you up on a whole other level that you
the
don't even know existed inside of you.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's why I keep going back, and I'm learning new stuff. I'm
Mm,
reawakening this energy, You connect with like-minded, or as I like to say it, like-hearted
mm.
individuals, rather than just, staying in the same company, especially if people just complain around you and you
Yeah.
complain with them, of course, because that's what you're
That's what
used
you
to and that's
do.
what you have in common, right? And it's really amazing to kind of shift this peer group,
And being different emotions for a change.
because we keep doing the same things, we feel the same way, and then we're like, why haven't I achieved that yet? Why do I always feel like I'm not good enough to to go after my business, or whatever dream you have?
Mm,
It's like, oh, I wonder. um so yeah, it's a really great way. It really pushes you out of your comfort zone
it
in the
does.
most beautiful, loving way.
Mm,
And I think of all of the leaders, mentors, coaches I follow, I would kind of dare say that I can really sense and feel Tony's like genuine love.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
you just, like, your heart just fills up when this human is coaching you, teaching you,
Mm,
mentoring you. And I honestly, like I said, even like through my posts, through my videos, through everything, I am here to serve. I'm here to help people, and this is what really, really helped me. And that's why I am making this video in a second language. Probably not gonna do it in French. This
no.
is this
I
is
mean,
enough.
I'm not.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't be much good.
I can try a little bit, but.
That's not
Right.
French. That was just the accent. Oh my god. Okay, and the last question I got was, okay, I saw that, oh, here. Can't get it. That you were a crew, how the hell do you do this? So, in order to be eligible to crew, which means you get to attend the event for free, is you need to attend one UPW event. That's it. And then you can crew.
And I think it's virtual now. I mean, it still counts, right? Even if you want to go
I think
later.
so. Yeah, I think it does. But I don't know. I think back then they had like some time limit. Like, it wasn't,
Mm-hmm.
you attended UPW in 2001 and you can still attend,
Right.
because like a
Right.
lot has changed since then.
Right.
So, go check the details. Like, I can't really, like, because they do shift things around a lot. But I do know they need a lot of people, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of, like, support and help, especially with Zoom and everything. So for me personally, I was like, I need to be an attendee. That's what I need right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're even considering if whether we're gonna go in June again.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be much easier because of the time zone is gonna be the same. Um, so what else? Anything else? Well, I think another one. Like, I got a question, and I did promise this is gonna be an honest review. If there was something I didn't like,
Mm-hmm.
I would kind of say, on one hand, there was a lot of sales. On the other, I know sales is just serving people, and I, like, thank God I kept receiving this Facebook ad for UPW. But like, the main thing about sales, I think, that really bugged me was how much negative energy there was around it from other participants.
Mm-hmm.
I was just talking about to you about this, that when it was in person, like, you didn't go to Facebook group to complain and be like, oh my god, this really sucks, why are they keep pitching, and things like this. it just wasn't like this. Like you were so in that event. Like I said, I do get like the time difference, but I did sense a bit of quite a lot of complaining, or more. I don't know. That's just my personal.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, people, especially those who were in weird time zones, like in Europe or Australia, even, um, they complained about this because obviously the hours were late, and then you're just waiting for
Waiting if
someone.
there's gonna be something after the pitch, right?
Yeah.
So I do kind of get the aspect. Like, again, I am not saying they handle this perfectly. I definitely have a lot of recommendations how I would handle it, but hey, I am not Tony Robbins. I don't have
Mm.
74 companies, so who the fuck am I to talk? So I don't know. I love to think of it like this.
Yeah, and also, like I said in the other interview, I get it because at first I was like, well, they're selling a lot of things, and yeah, of course they are. That's the business, right?
Yeah.
That's how they promote themselves, obviously, and how
Mm-hmm.
they can serve more people. But for all of those who are maybe or were maybe complaining, um, I think the good question is, how can I learn from this, right?
Exactly.
Because what they are doing, you can maybe do in your business, or you can
To a
try
certain extent.
to a
Yeah.
certain
Yeah.
extent.
Yeah. If you don't
Exactly.
agree with everything, of
Of
course.
course,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you observe and analyze how they do stuff because
And why do they do it? Yeah.
exactly, because obviously
Something is working.
something is working for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't do
Because,
this.
like, for instance, he has like That with Destiny is one of his, I think, favorite events. Then he has Business Mastery University, Leadership Academy, like all, and I think a bunch more.
Hmm.
And when you think about it, UPW is like such a blessing because it's the lowest price point it can
Yeah.
possibly. It's even lower than it used to be, and it was in person before.
Hmm.
um and those are all, like, I want to say, like, higher investments in yourself.
Hmm.
But again, if when you look at selling a serving, which is also what I love teaching as part of my coaching, how selling is serving, everything changes when you look at it like that.
Yeah.
Like, like, for instance, how our lives have been transformed, and
Hmm.
we paid, like, what we consider now almost nothing compared to what we got.
I mean, we pay for our phones much, much more
Yeah.
than
Yeah. Yeah.
like this event costs, right?
Yeah. Like
And
three
and
times, four
and
times
this
more.
will
Yeah.
transform your life. Where
This,
your phone,
I
well,
mean,
eh,
it's a phone. I mean, obviously, like, you need it in this era, in this time,
yeah, but you know what I
Um,
mean, right?
yeah, yeah, just kind of like, shifting perspective on this
Yeah.
is one of the things. And at one hand, like I said, I do definitely sympathize with other people, but because I used to think like this, but I know, if they wouldn't be serving, they couldn't possibly be serving tens of thousands of people.
Yes.
And when you look at it like this, and you look at it from your heart rather than, from the ego part,
Hmm.
everything changes. And when you do that in life as well, of course, you know. Um, so this is just something, that maybe, if there's anything you're gonna take away from this video, whether you're curious about UPW or Tony Robbins, or just, what I have to say, what he has to say, um, just take this away. What if I could perceive selling a serving?
Yeah.
For instance, it's the same with my coaching. I look at it as serving. If I wouldn't be, like, having launches and, selling one-on-one coaching packages,
Hmm.
I wouldn't impact as many, or like zero lives,
Yes.
and that's what keeps me going. And that's why I believe it's so crucial, especially, when you help transform other people's lives.
Hmm.
Of course, there's gonna be an exchange of energy.
And if you don't have a business and you just are kind of pissed off because they are selling you stuff, you don't have to buy anything. You can take a nap. You know,
Yeah.
it's allowed. You
Yeah.
can take a
Yeah.
nap. You
Yeah.
can recharge. Go eat
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
and then come back and you're
Yeah.
fresh.
I always say, like, if there's something you don't like about a certain
Yeah.
person, just take what you want to learn from them and leave the rest aside. Why?
Exactly.
Otherwise, you could be freaking hurting yourself. For instance, let's give you for instance, if you're like, after 2 days, on the second day, they pitch something, you get completely pissed off, how it's unfair, how they're gonna pitching, and you're like, fuck this event, this is not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And you miss
Miss.
out on day 3 and 4, and you make a massive disservice for yourself, for your heart, for your future, for your relationships, for your family, for your business, possible business.
For how you look at life.
Yeah.
Everything affects.
And I have the same thing, and I know what it's like, other influencers, mentors, coaches, that I don't personally agree with everything they do, or how they do it. But I'm like, if this is gonna be the reason why I don't want to learn from them, then that is my problem, and that's gonna be my weak point, and I'm gonna miss out on it. For instance, if they're not living the life, I have different values than I do for health and body,
Absolutely.
and it's just something to think about.
Well said.
Yeah. So is there anything else you want to add about the event, your experience?
Let me see. Go. No, seriously, go as soon as
Life will
possible.
never be the same again.
Yes.
And
You will love it. You will love it. For sure.
like, he didn't want to go, guys. He kind of didn't want to go.
I knew it was probably gonna be good for me, but I didn't want to change because I was too comfortable in my comfy couch with, my comfy home.
It's good. It's not really bad. It's not
Yeah.
really great, but it's good.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in this position, in this area of your life, in any area of your life. If you feel like it's okay, it's not horrible, but it's not like it's really awesome. It's like,
But you
it's
kind of
fine.
wish it would be better.
But you wanna dream too big because you don't wanna be disappointed. That's your cue.
Go.
So yeah. So that's it, you guys. If you have any questions, that I maybe haven't covered, that we haven't covered, just shoot me a private message, or reply to this video. I'm also gonna put it on YouTube. Yeah. Shoot it via social media. And that's it. Like, I really enjoyed doing this. I enjoyed all of your questions. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching this. Thanks for following me. I love you guys so, so, so much. I couldn't possibly do what I'm doing without you. So thank you. I love you so much.
God bless. Live with passion.
He's really good at impersonating Tony Robbins. And I love it.
Okay. Well.
That's it. That's it for today, you guys. Thanks again. If you have any questions, I'm here. I love you. Bye.
Bye-bye.